Hey guys, Tenacious Man here. For this video, I will be doing my deck profile on my Gaia deck, obviously mixed in with Dragoon. There we go. I've been wanting to do this profile for a little while, but I lent my brother my laptop for a few days, so, I couldn't make it at the time, but now I can. So, let's just get right into it, shall we? Alright, first up for the monsters. I run 2 of the OG Gaia the Fierce Knight. Plain and simple, mostly why I run 2 of the basic is because in this deck, you obviously run Galloping Gaia, the field spell, and the more Gaias lend you more of the Curse of Dragons, and the more Curse of Dragons give you more of the Gaias. So, that plus it's more fusion material and whatnot for the Gaia fusions. Then, I run 3 of Gaia the Magical Knight, which is the best Gaia out of the deck, because he adds it to your Dragoon play or your Dragon Knight play. Basically what I do when I have him in hand and a Curse of Dragon, well, an effect Curse of Dragon, because I do run the basic Curse of Dragon too, just so I can add him to the hand, is go him, summon out the other Curse of Dragon, send Bolt to the graveyard, bring up Bird Anaconda, and then Anaconda will then do the Dragoon play. Other than that, it's also... Originally it was for the Gaia the Magical Knight play, or, Sky Galloping Gaia, but then with Dragoon out now, it just makes it even better for the Dragoon play. Then I run 3 Gaia Knight of Origin, another way of special summoning out a monster for your Bird Anaconda or whatnot. Plus, if your opponent has a monster, or even if you're a monster, but you obviously don't want to use it on your monster. So if your opponent's monster, I'll just say your opponent's monster, even though it's any monster. During the battle phase, if it attacks and its attack is different than its original attack, then it returns it to the original attack. So it would, I don't think it would affect Dragoon. No, it might affect Dragoon, so obviously don't use it on Dragoon if it even is able to, obviously. But for those monsters your opponent has that get stronger or whatever, then it's definitely useful for bouncing them back to their basic attack. Then, like I said, I run 2 of the basic Curse of Dragon, pretty much adding in more Curse of Dragon for the fusions, and also for, adding Gaia to the hand with Galloping Gaia. Then I run the better Curse of Dragons, which are the 2 Curse of Dragonfire, which is the effect Curse of Dragon that will actually, one of the effect ones that will let you bring out Vert Anaconda because it needs 2 effect monsters. Plus, it can destroy a field spell if your opponent has one, or yours, which I highly don't recommend destroying yours. Then I run 3 Curse of Dragon, the Cursed Dragon. Really useful for adding in to the hand your Spiral Fusion or any other Gaia-related spell traps that you might have. Other than that, it's a good combo, like I said, with Magical Knight. Bring out this card, or Curse of Dragonfire. Then you bring out Anaconda, and then from there, you can go into your Dragoon play. Then I run 3 Artillery Catapult Turtle, which is another way of special summoning out your Curse of Dragon, the Cursed Dragon, or your Gaia the Magical Knight, and then from there going off with their effects when they're special summoned. Then I run 1 Keeper of Dragon Magic to add a, fusion card, so Spiral Fusion or Red Eyes Fusion from the deck to the hand, and whatnot. And if one of the materials are in the graveyard, it can special summon it back in defense position, face down. Then finishing up the monsters, I run 1 Dark Magician, 1 Red Eyes, for the Dragoon play, obviously. And then for my hand traps, I run 2 Ash Blossom. I tried 3 Ash Blossom in the deck, as well as 3 Called by the Graves. It kind of, messed up the combo and whatnot. So for this deck, I just run 2 Ash Blossom because I found that it worked better that way, as well as 2 Called by the Graves. That's it for the monsters. Now for the spells. I run 3 Spiral Fusion, pretty much your go-to for summoning your Gaia fusions. So self-explanatory there. Plus your Gaia will, if you bring out Gaia the Dragon Champion, which all the fusions name become Gaia the Dragon Champion, it will gain 2,600 attack points, plus it can make up to 2 attacks on monsters each turn. Then I run 3 Galloping Gaia, the field spell. Pretty much this thing sets up your combo. Well, it can't set up your combo unless you already have, like I said, Magical Knight in hand plus a Curse of Dragon effect monster. Or pretty much as long as you have artillery in your hand or a Magical Knight, pretty much all you really need is a way of summoning 2 monsters in 1 turn, which in this deck is pretty easy. It has bricked a couple times, but most times it gets the job done. Then I found that 1 copy of Spiral Spear Strike is good in the deck, because your Sky Galloping Gaia can just easily add to the hand once he's special summoned. So it's actually really easy. Then I run 1 Red Ice Fusion for Dragoon, because I only run 1 Dragoon in this deck. Because my friend recommended only 1 is really needed. I mean, it could run 2 if it wanted to, but that would require me adding in a Dark Magician and Eye of Timaeus if I really needed to. So we'll see about that down the road. Then I run 2 copies of Super Polymerization. I run this because I run the Predaplant fusions. So with Verta, I can also make my opponent's monster become a dark type, and then I can bring out one of them, like Starving Venom or Dragostapelia. Then I run 2 Lightning Storm. I tried running 3 along with the Called by the Grave and Ash Blossom, but on Yu-Gi-Oh! Nexus it kind of, meddled with the deck and kept bricking my hands and whatnot. So this is the best that I have found. I might try more edits down the road, but this is the best that I have created for myself. The best that I myself have made. I'm sure there's others that have made obviously way better. Then I'm finally running out the spells. I run 2 Called by the Grave. For my opponent's plays that have their monsters activate in the graveyard, this card will stop. Like my friend Jesse runs Sangan. I believe this will stop Sangan. I think. Yep, it should. As long as it's on your turn, you can play it from your hand. Or, if it's set to your field, quick play can be played on your opponent's turn. So that does it for the spells. Now finally for the traps. I only run 3 traps in this deck, and that's 1 Spiral Discharge for your Gaia the Dragon Champion play, which will destroy, when it attacks, it will destroy a card on the field. And then, of course, I run 2 Infinite Impermanence to pretty much just negate my opponent's monster effects. Which, this has also been a very useful card in my plays that I've done. I could always put a stop to my opponents. It and Dragoon were the winners of all the shenanigans that I went through. So anyway, on to the extra deck finally. I run 1 copy of Predaplant Verta Anaconda, 1 Dragostapelia, 1 Starving Venom Fusion Dragon, 2 copies of Sky Galloping Gaia, the Dragon Champion, 2 Magical Knight of Dragons, and then finally the 1 Red Eyes Dragoon. Well guys, that's basically the deck profile for my Gaia deck. I actually did have 3 Magical Knight, but I hardly bring him out. Well, now I hardly bring him out due to Dragoon, because once Dragoon hits the field, basically the game ends rather easily. Unless, of course, the opponent also summons Dragoon, which in that case, you want to try to put a stop to them. So if they go for Verta, you obviously want to impermanence them and whatnot. Because that way they would have wasted their Red Ice Fusion and whatnot. And if they go for Red Ice Fusion, obviously you want to use Ash Blossom. That way they can't go into their fusion summoning. So basically for this deck, you want to be the first to go into Groom. Same with any other deck, I'm sure. But this was just my choice of cards in the deck. Like I said, if you guys want to make a Gaia deck, by all means, try whatever you want. But this is what just worked best for me. So until next time, guys, Tenacious Man out.